Hi guys, what's up? Toboloco here. Welcome back to our 2014 FIFA World Cup Brazil qualifying run with Canada. We are in the final stages of qualifying. This is our group. We have the United States, Mexico, Trinidad and Tobago, Guatemala and Antigua and Barbuda. Somehow Antigua made it here. I guess fair play to them. Our first match is going to be the big one. It's going to be United States versus Canada. I hope that this is a very good match. I hope it's very competitive between the two. It should be really between rivals. Can we pull off a little bit of a shock? I've seen a few people say that Canada back here in 2014 were sort of like an average team, not very good sort of thing. And I think that's fair to say that, you know, a three-star team, they're not really exceptional. They're missing key players that they have in 2022 now. You know, Davis isn't there. There's a couple of others as well that aren't on the squad. So, of course, they're just a very bang average side. And if I can take them to the World Cup, then that'll be pretty good. It's taken away there by De Rosario. Twisted turn, and that's a through ball that better not be offside. It's not. The USA players were calling for it, and it goes wide from Payet. Oh, please. Okay, thankfully my player fell on the floor and not him. I realised I made a really bad tackle there, and it could have resulted in a penalty. Headed, and that's off the post, and what is going on there? That was really poor goalkeeping from the Canadian goalkeeper. Landon Donovan out on the wing. He crosses that in. Well dealt with by Canada. At least we're pretty okay defensively. There was one moment where I was a bit nervous, but we seem to be okay. To Howard, that was a horrible mistake. And is that going to go in? No, it's not. But hang on. Off the post and off Howard and in. Oh, imagine if that stayed out. That'd have been crazy if that had stayed out. Like, De Guzman, it would have been miss of the tournament, the whole qualifying series that. But thankfully, Howard didn't know what was going on. And Canada have scored thanks to the error from the United States. What a really poor clearance from Tim Howard initially. I don't understand. I've always said it multiple times in these 2014 gameplays. How do the goalkeepers not boot the ball away harder? Some goalkeepers can, like Casillas and Buffon. They always manage to deal with the ball quite nicely. But I would have thought Tim Howard would be dealing with that way better. Half time, and Canada are leading by 1-0 over the United States. I know it's a bit strange, but I kind of hope that Antigua do well in this qualifying round. Even if they don't go through, I'm kind of hoping that they get a few wins, just not against us. Let's see what we can do, Canada. That's headed, and it's caught nicely by the goalkeeper. Done very well to stop the United States from actually doing too much in front of goal. It's not been the most exciting of games, but I'm fine with that because we're defending very well. We're stopping the States from doing too much in front of goal. And of course, we already have the 1-goal lead as well. So we don't really need to push it too hard, as we got 22 minutes remaining. If we can just hold out for that long. And that was a really good ball, but it was caught. Have they got time to? Probably not now because of that deflection. And Canada have won against the United States 1-0 thanks to De Guzman's goal, which was pretty lucky to be fair. Hit the post, hit Howard and went in. Say what you will about that result, but I think we defended very well for a side like us. You know, we're a 3-star team up against a 4-star team. USA are always quite overpowered in this qualifying region. Can someone tell me why Canada have got a fixture here against Mexico and then a friendly match right before a qualifying round against Guatemala? What is that fixture list? Like, who would do that? Like, go play at home against Belarus, right? And then travel immediately to Guatemala for that qualifying match. Since we got Mexico, we need to get our defending up. Keep getting that defense up. Because Mexico, I imagine they're going to be a bit more offensive than the United States, maybe. Our second match of this qualifying round is against Mexico. Another tough opponent, but we're at home, so maybe we can do what we did to the United States against Mexico today. You know, get a lucky goal and just sit back and just hope that we defend all the chances. Canada are on some really, really good form, and a lot of players are quite highly rated than they were before on the form that they're in. So I'm feeling kind of confident that we can maybe get out of this group. And because of the nature of the group, you know, the top 3 spots are automatic and then the 4th spot is a playoff. It looks good for the nation of Canada. That's a good play by Mexico. And I can't really get rid of it. Thank you, goalkeeper. USA are already taking care of Antigua. I feel sorry for them really because, well, Antigua probably did so well to get to this final stage and now they're going to get blown away by most of these bigger sides. They go for it again. Great defending by Atakora to get in front of that shot. Protecting my goalkeeper from any sort of shots from distance because you know what happens on this game with lower rated goalkeepers. San Marino are drawing 1-1 with France. What, like, this game always loves to chuck random results at you. This game has not been exciting at all. It's been a massive battle in midfield and defensively as well. And it's headed. Go on, go for the strike. Oh, that was kind of close. It almost took Ochoa by surprise, I think. I just thought I'd go for it and it nearly paid off. Hutchinson. That's a really good ball. It's gone in! It's gone in! Bagnet has scored! I cannot believe that nothing happened in this entire game and then one random through ball just catches the Mexican defense off guard. It was perfectly timed, hit the post and it goes in. Bagnet is a hero. He is a hero in Canada right now. It's 1-0 to Canada over Mexico. 89th minute winner. Just cancelling each other out in midfield and defensively as well. And then we finally broke through and scored. But here comes Mexico. They could do it. That was a horrible shot. And we got lucky there. We just beaten Mexico by 1-0. Sensational stuff from the Canadians. Really, really good. 2 1-0s over the biggest teams in this group. I will take that. I did not think before I was coming into this recording that I'd even win against these two sides. I mean, I'm simulating it. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm simulating it. I just want to do the qualifying matches. We drew 1-1, so the form wouldn't have been affected too much. But we got Guatemala now. The stamina is going to be affected massively. So yeah, thanks for that game with that fixture congestion. Yeah, look at that. Look, like my team's fitness has been absolutely destroyed. Absolutely destroyed through that game. That is probably one of the worst things that could have happened, really. We may have to take the L here, guys. Because of the fitness and everything, look on the right hand side of the squad. I had to literally put on all the substitutes and reserves. Even players that haven't even set foot on the pitch for me yet. Guatemala away from home awaits us. And like I said, Canada are down to their substitutes and reserves. I've left a couple of players, of course the goalkeeper, because the goalkeeper doesn't really get tired. So yeah. We're just going to see how this goes. I mean, we've got a nice 2 wins anyway. So if we have to drop points, even if it's a draw, then that's fine. But I felt like I got screwed by the fixtures. Later word on the ball. Players that have not set foot on the pitch for me so far, apart from Ocean. I do remember using him, and he just puts that wide. United States are playing Mexico right now, and USA are 1-0 up already. Just thought I'd throw that in because I know it's a rivalry game. That's a great ball. Here comes Johnson. And that's a great save by the Guatemalan keeper. Through ball. This could be a chance for Canada. It's a good save, and I tried to get it there. Couldn't quite do it. Is that going to be a foul? No. Go on, through ball. Nakajima Ferran. Ball rolling. And he puts it in. That is a goal just before half-time. Nakajima Ferran has scored for Canada to make it 1-0. And finally, we've broken down this stubborn Guatemala side. Very good by the substitutes and reserves. Good ball rolling there. A lot of people tell me that I should just keep ball rolling on this game because it's overpowered. And it is correct. You are correct. It's very overpowered, especially in situations like that. Half time, Canada lead by 1-0. Looking good so far. Can we hold on and get a couple more goals just to seal this one and then get the normal squad back? Good ball. That was a very good ball. Can we score here? No. Great save, but it's still... Oh, that was so unlucky that we couldn't get on to the end of that. Guatemala haven't really done anything. We've actually held them quite well here, especially with substitutes and reserves as well. So quite proud that Canada can go up against a side like this with substitutes. 9 points from 3 games, which is very good for Canada, especially beating the top 2 off the post. Oh, Guatemala missed a huge chance to equalise the game. They hadn't done anything up until that point. It was crossed in, hit the post, and oh, he should have been scoring there. The goalkeeper was on the floor. Cross that in. It's headed in by Ocean, and that is an 89th minute winner, pretty much, because that seals the game. And Canada have finally won more than 1 goal in this video so far, so that's good. I expected a 2-0 or 3-0 really if I was using my normal squad, but to do it with substitutes and reserves is pretty decent, so very happy with that. Ocean, good header, and that's wrapped up the game. Oh my god, Ocean! Oh my goodness, he just scored a worldie. I took it away from the defender and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to shoot, get rid of the game, you know, go on to the next one. And it hits the post and goes in. Oh, it's somehow gone to Guatemala here and they scored. There's been like 2 goals in the space of like a minute or something. Leon has scored. It doesn't really matter that much. But all they did was pump it downfield and just strike. So they got revenge on my wonder goal. There we are. Canada have beaten Guatemala by 3-1. Very good result here for the Canada B team, as I'd like to call them. Well, most of the B team anyway. 5th match of qualifying is against the Minnow, Antigua and Barbuda. This shouldn't be too much of a problem for Canada. Imagine though if they did actually beat me, that would be quite funny. Canada should have no problems winning this game on paper, but there is a reason why Antigua are here, and they somehow got a draw against Trinidad and Tobago in that last match. A 2-2 draw as well. It wasn't like a 0-0 where they just sat back and defended. Good twisting and turning, and it's just gone wide there. Twisting and turning. These kind of sides always love to do that, don't they? The smaller sides, they love to twist and turn their way out of tackles. I suppose that's the beauty of playing smaller sides, is that it's never guaranteed that you're going to beat them. Crossed in by Antigua, and defensive mess here from Canada. They got it out on the wing. Crossed in. That's a good ball. It goes out to Antigua. Ooh, ho, ho. That was very close. You've got to give them credit for trying that. Go on, Canada. Good save. And that's gone back into the arms of the Antigua keeper. This is looking to be a little bit of a shocker for Canada. You know, beating the United States and Mexico in qualifying, but then not beating Antigua. That's very strange and very inconsistent. Into the middle. And finally, we make the breakthrough in the 74th minute. De Guzman has scored to make it 1-0. And it was just a simple goal. You know, we just passed it into the box, toe-punted it into the back of the net. And I kind of feel sorry for Antigua because they did defend well in that match up until that point. Through ball, here comes De Jong. In quite a lot of space. Is there a chance? Yes, there is. And that is Ocean with the 89th minute winner. Pretty much that stops Antigua from getting equaliser. And that is 2-0. Although it is 2-0, Canada really struggled in this match. Very, very stubborn defending from Antigua. And you've got to kind of take your hat off to them. That's going to be it here from Antigua and Canada. That's a 2-goal win for Canada. And, okay, it's 3 points. But I would have expected, on the current form that we're on, to do way better than that. We struggled a little bit too much in that one. But then again, I should maybe take the attitude of that Antigua are here for a reason. They must be pretty decent, right, to get to this final stage of qualifying. Here we are then, against Trinidad and Tobago for the 5th or 6th match of this campaign for Canada. We're halfway through, and Canada have got the maximum amount of points so far. If we can get another win here against Trinidad and Tobago, then we would have about 15 points, which is insane for Canada. Really, really insane, especially this Canadian team in 2014. I feel like we've already done what we needed to do in this first 5 games or so. I feel like we have. Look at the table there. We've got a good lead on the United States, 3 points, and a 5-point lead on Mexico already. I mean, that could come crashing down if we start to lose some games, so we still need to be consistent. But yeah, on the ball. Poor pass, but we still retrieve it, and it's just gone wide. Johnson is running. I was very lucky that it still fell to me. Back post. Oh, unlucky. Oh, hang on. Oh, header. Oh, it was just too weak. Let's pass it out to Hutchinson and see if he can have a crack on goal. Oh, that wasn't that far away. Trinidad making it very hard for Canada here to go through. I think Canada are probably just a tiny bit burnt out at this point. I don't know. I have thrown on a couple of different players as well, trying to mix up the squad a little bit. Peters gets the ball taken away from him. And it's back to... No, it didn't go to anybody. This is going to be drop points for Canada. I'm not too happy about this, but it is what it is. You know, Trinidad and Tobago came to our place and drew with us. It's still unbeaten. We're still unbeaten, but that game just wasn't that fun, really. But whatever, we move on. We're still top of the table, so that's still progress. Pretty much almost sealed, especially in terms of Canada and the United States. I feel like Canada are probably safe in the top 3, even if we don't come first. The playoff spot, though, I mean, it's anybody's. Even Antigua could still get that playoff spot, which would be insane. So our next match is going to be against the United States away from home. Halfway there in qualifying. We just need to get maybe a win or 2, I'd say, to really secure that top 3 spots. It's very generous, isn't it, the CONCACAF spots for nations like Canada, Mexico, and United States. It doesn't really give a lot of room for error, and you know, if you don't qualify for it, then I guess, you know, you've really had a bad campaign, because half of the group is literally automatic qualification, and then 4th place is a promotion, playoffs, sorry. So yeah, you know, you'd have to do really bad to finish in those bottom 2 places. Can Canada get a win here away from home against the United States? I hope that Canada can keep up the good form, but you just know United States at home, it's not going to be a pretty game. USA look lively. They look very, very lively coming into this game. Donovan, he crosses that in, and actually that could have been a shot, really. Crossed in, headed out. USA go for it, and it goes over the bar there. Michael Bradley's ambitious attempt. Gone through ball. Oh, it's gone through. Here comes Peters. He scores, and that is 1-0. What a through ball that is. And Peters has scored to make it 1-0. And that's quite an early lead for Canada. I think the US defence really sort of fell asleep on that play. And yeah, crosses that in. Not headed, but okay, that was weird. And I thought that Peters was going to get his second, but the shot wasn't hit very well. Half time, and it's 1-0 to the Canadians. And away from home, that's very impressive for a Canada side, which is obviously just average, in my opinion. I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. They are a distinctly average team. Still with the USA. Good tackling, though. Great defending by Canada here. And here comes De Jong. He's running. It's 1 versus 1. And it's saved, but Bang! It's straight in, and Di Rosario has scored the second. What a very lucky deflection. Unlucky from Howard, really. He made a really good save against De Jong's effort, but you can't stop stuff like that from happening on this game. 90th minute. Canada on to another brilliant win against the United States. This time a little bit more convincing than the 1-0 we got at the start of the campaign. You know, this actually felt like it wasn't lucky. I'm sure a few of you might have said that the first win was extremely lucky, but this one is definitely down to good defending and just brilliant attack from the Canadians. This could be a chance here. Look at this. Bernier, he's through. Is there another opportunity? It could be free. No. Crossed in. It's headed. Oh, it's gone in. And Hainault has scored. It's 3-0 to Canada. He puts his arms out to say, "Can you hear me, United States fans?" And they are probably very quiet in this stadium after Canada has just humbled them 3-0. What a win this is by Canada over their neighbours and rivals. What a result. At full time, we have won 3-0 over the United States. Incredible win for Canada, and a very convincing one as well. We're going from strength to strength. Look at that form that Canada are in right now. That is sensational form. Our 7th match of this group is against Mexico at the Azteca. It's so nice that they kept the Azteca in the game, because I know on 2010 we have the Azteca on there, and of course on 2014 we have it here now as well. I never really realised until now, so that's really cool that they kept it in there. I'm not sure if it's in 2006 as well, but it's cool that in qualifying that you get some of the actual stadiums. Makes it way more sort of immersive. Because Peters goes for the strike, and Ochoa, good save there. Peters has been quite good on the wing. He's very, very fast. Bernier, he's going for it. Oh, good save again by Ochoa. Looking for space and time, and somehow that's gone through. Di Rosario, good save by Ochoa again. He's the one that's keeping Mexico in this, as usual in any kind of World Cup competition. Ochoa always shows up. Oh, Mexico pushing forward still, and that's a good save. De Santos just wouldn't get tackled at all on that one. At least 2 players came in to try and tackle him, and yeah, I don't know what happened with the centre back as well. He fell over. Mexico pushing forward. Aguiar. It's a good cross, but it was a very weak chance. Keep going. Through ball. Can we get there? I don't know if we got the pace. No, absolutely not. Not a very good clearance by Ochoa. And it's been a very flat game. A very flat half as well. The second half has been pretty bad in terms of excitement. So a bit of a boring game by these two. But Canada have come here away from home and shown that they can defend pretty decent. 0-0 is the final score in this one. A bit of a boring game, to be honest, but still a point for Canada, and that's not too bad. So, you know, I'll take it. Away from home against Mexico, tough place to come to. And yeah, now we just got the smaller teams in the group left to play. So that should pretty much equal qualification. Next match of qualifying, at home to Guatemala. You can see from the group here we're very safe, but you know, there is still room for Trinidad to try and make a comeback into those top 3. But I really can't see Canada actually going out of those top 3 positions. I hope not anyway. Guatemala opting to be frustrating in this match. I can kind of tell what they're going for, and you know, when they're quite close to that playoff spot, I think that they will definitely try and nab a draw here. Taken away there, Nakajima Paran into the middle, but we can't finish it. What was that from Ocean up top? Look at this. It was passed into the box right here, and I don't know why he didn't shoot. I pressed the button, but he left it far too late. Maybe a chance to head this one in? Almost. Go on. Oh, good save, but it's rebounded in. Bernier has scored, and that's 1-0 to Canada. They tried to keep that out, but unfortunately it just kept landing to me, and inevitably we score the first goal of the game. Good control. It's blocked. And it's a goal. And Peters has scored. Again, another deflection that fell to Peters. And that is 2-0. Brilliant. This should seal qualification now easily. Easily. This result is pretty much in the bag. Guatemala hasn't done anything in front of my net. And we only have 2 games remaining after this. So, yeah. Well done, Canada. Well done indeed. That was a poor pass. And what a strike by Nakajima Ferran. He's been pretty decent coming off the bench and actually providing some decent assists and goals in this one. But that was a terrible pass from Guatemala. And he absolutely smashes that one home to make it 3-0. Full time then, and that is another good result for Canada, 3-0, and that's qualification 100% sealed now. No way we can fall out those top 3 spots. There was a small, minuscule chance that we could have going into this game, before this game, but now it's 100% sealed. So if you look at the table on the right hand side, Canada have 20 points with 2 games remaining. USA have 18, and I think the USA have actually qualified. Mexico are in a little bit more of a precarious position. They have 11 points, but Trinidad and Tobago are hot on their heels, and with a loss, if Mexico lose and Trinidad win their last 2 games, potentially Trinidad could pinch that space. Even Guatemala could with a decent run, even though we kind of halted them here today. Antigua, on the other hand, cannot do anything. So unfortunately, Antigua are already out. But hey, you know, it's nice to see them here. Our next match is going to be against Antigua and Barbuda. I've literally just put on a ton of reserves for this match. So yeah, so this will be hopefully a decent one. Corner to Canada, Pescio crosses it in, header just gone wide. Locked again by Antigua. They've done well defensively to stop us, even though we've got players that haven't really played before, like such as Ricketts up top, and there's a couple of defenders that haven't played for us yet. We are struggling here against Antigua, and that's good because I don't want to steamroll them. That might be a good ball, and that's a brilliant save by the Antigua keeper. Still level here. This has not been a good day at the office for Canada. 83 minutes played, and still we are here at 0-0. It's going to be offside, that one. These players, there's a reason why they're not playing on the squad right now. But you know what? Credit to Antigua. They can have this point. I'm feeling charitable, and it doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't change anything. We're still, you know, unbeaten, I believe. So, yeah, it's just not good, really, to draw 0-0 with Antigua. But whatever, you know, they can have the point. 4th place is still up for grabs. It depends if Trinidad and Tobago can beat me in the final game. And, of course, if Guatemala can win their final match. Final match of qualifying is against Trinidad and Tobago away from home. This is not very important. I'm only really playing it because it just determines who makes the playoffs in this qualifying group. Will it be Trinidad and Tobago or will it be Guatemala? Squad is still in form because none of the players that were on form featured in the Antigua match. So luckily, that hasn't damaged any of their form. But that was a really poor ball by Trinidad and Tobago. And what a hit that was by De Guzman. What a hit. And that was such a poor ball by Trinidad. They almost gifted the playoff spot now to Guatemala, unless Guatemala lose against their next opponents. Look at this. Chested it down. Smashed it. Went straight in. That's a good one. Oh, okay. Well, John has scored. I think that's Stern John or St. John. I can't remember his actual name, but he scores to make it 1-1. Didn't expect that to play out the way it should. That's why I kind of was a bit silent on that. But all right, that is 1-1 now. Trinidad and Tobago have got back into the game. Through ball. Di Rosario. Goal. He just scored that. Just simple as that. And Di Rosario has made it 2-1. So Trinidad are losing right now with only 8 minutes to play. If Guatemala somehow had a comeback against the United States, then Guatemala will go to the playoffs. That's going to be it. Qualification is officially over. Canada have qualified into the World Cup. Of course, we already knew that, but did Trinidad and Tobago lock down that playoff position? Let's have a look and see. I believe they have, because Guatemala have lost 2-0 over the United States. So let's have a look at that final table before we go into the draw. That is how it's looking like. So basically, Canada and the United States dominated that whole group. Mexico just behind them. And then the rest of them didn't even come close, really. Alright then, guys, so we're at the draw. Probably most people's favourite part of the whole video. So I'm just going to manually draw it bit by bit. I'm going to go as quick as possible. So first one is Japan in Group B. And then we got China in Group F. We got New Zealand in Group A. Canada going to Group G. So we already know our group. Let's find out if we get anybody else. Algeria have gone into Group G alongside of us. Okay, not a bad opponent to have. Ivory Coast is into Group F. Group D will have USA. Bosnia going to Group F as well. Switzerland going to Group E. I have to say, the draw is very random. It's not like 2010 where it goes in order. It's very, very random in this game. But anyway, Group B will have Belgium. And then we'll have Chile in Group E. Senegal in Group H, alright. Group H will have Russia as well. In Group E we'll have Germany. In Group H, Australia join the World Cup. Group H will also have Italy. Okay, I'm hoping that we don't get any big teams in ours. I hope it's sort of mid-teams or something like that. Colombia into Group B. Group C will have the UAE. And Portugal will go into Group G. Okay, fine. We had to have a big boy in there. No more, please. No more. Croatia into Group C. In Group D, the Netherlands. In Group G, we'll have Slovakia. Alright, so that's not too bad. Canada are still statistically the weaker side of this group. But you know what? There is a legit chance to get out of that group. And that is the rest of your draw there. You can observe it, pause the video if you want to see who actually made it. It's quite standard, to be fair. I'd say the smallest team that made it there was probably either New Zealand or the UAE. Alright then guys, so I'm going to leave it there, and you can tune in hopefully for the next part if you want to see how Canada get on in the actual World Cup. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the qualification process in this video. If you did, then give it a like and subscribe. Keep it local as always, and I'll see you again for the next video.